this is interesting. Remen Wholesale, as you heard us say before, they're looking for seasoned account reps because they're hiring, okay? In the mortgage space, where there's fire sales everywhere, they're actually hiring. It says a lot about the company.
Sure does.
So if you're seasoned and you're looking for a change of scenery, check these guys out. They've been around for a while, and they're going to be around because they're a great company. Click this banner right over there. Mobile, scroll down, somewhere down at the bottom or around us.
There's a link.
And by the way, this is a very important day because today is the day to vote.
Yeah, there you go.
The most hotly contested midterm elections we've ever had. More people are registered to vote. I wonder why. Could you possibly imagine? You've heard it before. You know, it's like, go. Everyone's like, get out the vote. Get out the vote. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Don't vote. Don't vote if you don't know what you're voting about, okay?
Yeah,
seriously, don't vote if you don't know what you're talking about. It's just ridiculous. Just don't. It's stupid. Don't vote because some celebrity told you that you need to get out there and vote. No, don't. Don't vote on props unless you have read the book about what they're about. Or you could learn the issues, form an opinion, okay? Then vote. And by the way, vote against my views. I'll celebrate you because the more we are collectively informed, the better off everybody's going to be. Now, that's my opinion. Oh, and if we disagree, can we be civil about it with each other? I think that would also be nice, too.
Where's the fun in that?
Right, exactly. I say don't vote because if you don't do a deeper dive, you're just being manipulated into voting for some crook.
Because people have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
Yeah.
In which case,
probably.
It's true. In which case, I'd rather you vote for my crook than somebody else's crook because that's what we've devolved to. And I'm going to prove this. All about manipulation. I'm going to prove it, and I'm going to prove it and keep the show about the housing.
Okay.
About the housing market.
About
Frank.
the housing
About
market.
the housing.
About the housing.
That's like
keep it about the housing.
And you use the Twitter to manipulation of that. Remember, get out and don't vote. All right, just go, Frank.
All right, check it out.
All right,
the Urban Institute.
Urban Institute.
A non-partisan think tank.
Bullcrap.
Okay, lie number one.
Bullcrap.
They're very partisan.
Yes.
Now, they just put out a study that states renters are more likely than homeowners to struggle with paying for basic needs.
All right.
Which is, I'm sure, probably true.
Right, but you're still being manipulated.
This is great for realtors to use. Hey, you renter, you struggle more than homeowners. So let me help you own a home.
You can then manipulate people.
Let me prove it.
Right, and that's, sales is a form of manipulation. Now, from an Urban Institute study, okay, this is what they're talking about, that drew this conclusion. Now, they discovered the following. Frank, share this with them.
Okay, number one.
All right.
45.8% of renters between the age of 18 and 64 had some type of a general hardship.
That's a big number.
45.
Yep.
0.8.
Right.
Really 46.
Right.
But of those who suffered hardship, it was only 35.7% of homeowners.
So the renters, more hardship, so clearly renting is hurting you. Okay,
right. So, check this out. 12.7% of renters surveyed were late on their payments.
Okay.
But with homeowners, only 8.7% of them.
Own a house, paying your bills on time more.
There you go. Now 1.9% of renters were forced to leave.
Evicted.
Right, compared to only 0.6% of homeowners.
That's good. All right, good for homeowners.
All right. Now, 16.6% of renters partially paid their utilities.
Okay, didn't pay the whole thing.
Right. But that's versus homeowners, where only 11% of them.
Okay, this is not
their
stacking up
utilities.
well for renters. Okay.
Now, 4.9% of renters had utilities completely shut off.
4.7%. That's a pretty low number. Okay.
Yeah. Well, only 4% of homeowners.
Huh.
Okay. Now, 19% of renters have unmet medical bills.
Okay.
Okay, as to where it's 17% of homeowners.
Okay.
19.8% of renters couldn't pay full medical for their family.
Okay.
Well, it's only 16.9% for homeowners.
All right.
Now get this. 29.6% of renters had food insecurity.
They were afraid they weren't going to have food. Okay.
Right.
No money.
Yeah, but with respect to homeowners, it's only 19.2%.
Okay.
Now, a side
weird.
note, the study says because all these problems which were worse with renters, They also stay married for shorter periods of time
Okay.
and are less happy in those marriages.
Okay, so renting also screws you with your wife or
Or
your
your
husband.
husband.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
that the one you said before that really kind of doesn't make sense to me. Okay,
Yeah.
this is the one that kind of gets me here. Oh, and realtors, you could use this information if you own a house. You're going to stay married longer. Seriously, it's a form of
You're
manipulation.
going to eat better.
Well, but the eating part. Listen, you're telling me, Frank, that 20% of homeowners are wondering where their next meal is coming from.
Well, that's what they're telling you.
Have you been to like a Buffalo Wild Wings or a Chili's or a BJ's on a weekend
Sure
lately?
have.
I mean, there's a line out the door.
I don't know why.
I'm not being a jerk about this. I'm
Yeah.
serious. They all have a line out the door.
Right.
But I'm thinking a lot of these problems that you're talking about, if they are in fact true, could be solved with budgeting.
True.
Right? The assumption is the mere fact that you own a home puts you in a better position. And that is wrong. See, there's the manipulation with a study.
Right.
If you own a house, you're in a better. That's wrong. It's budgeting here.
Yeah.
Being more responsible with your crap, your stuff, it positions you to own a home.
Okay, sure.
Not the other way around
Right,
where
right,
you get
right.
the house and all of a sudden things are better. No, but that's what's
Right.
being said here. And this is the main problem that groups like the Urban Institute perpetuate, and we then consume and draw conclusions that we're uncaring or unconcerned because of this whole outcome. Let me give you an example here right now, Franco.
Here we go. The Urban Institute states, even after accounting for key socioeconomic differences such as education, age, employment, and income, we find that renters, 46%, are more likely than owners, 36%, to report trouble paying for at least one of these basic needs.
Okay, so what they're saying is everything is the same here. Everything is the same, right? Well, if renters are screwing this up more, you're dealing with people who don't understand how to budget, and that's not my responsibility or yours. That's why we have different credit scores. Some people choose to be more responsible and disciplined with their money than other people.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with the house.
Right.
The house is a reflection of people who are more responsible with their
Exactly.
time and their budgeting and their discipline.
That's what I say.
Frank, read this whole thing again. Now listen closely when he reads it. Same thing.
Here it is again. Even after accounting for the socioeconomic differences, such as education,
Education, the same.
age,
Age.
employment, and income, we find that renters, 46% of them, are more likely than homeowners, 36% of them, to report trouble paying for at least one of these basic needs.
Oh, with the same income, the same education, everything the same, employment and all, renters still don't pay their bills. So, the Urban Institute headline should state, if they don't want to manipulate us, that the study shows renters compulsively buy more stuff they can't afford than homeowners. It's true. They won't do that because that's personal responsibility, and clearly nobody has any responsibility for the outcome where they're at right now. Now, as a real estate agent or as a lender, here is your takeaway.
Use this information.
Yes.
Did you know a study was just conducted from the Urban Institute that concludes budgeting is the biggest problem people face in not only owning a home but getting ahead and staying married?
Yeah.
Then all the details.
Give it all to them.
Then run your first-time homebuyer class, but rather than do it with another realtor or lender, do it with a financial planner. Hey, or include them in, because budgeting apparently is the biggest hindrance that people can actually change when it comes to home ownership.
Now, this will work, okay? If you choose to do it, you will get more clients if you choose to budget your time to make this happen. Then you can actually have a first-time homebuyer get together that's got some teeth, you can sink into it, because we're addressing the real problem, not being manipulated by groups like the Urban Institute. Don't vote today.
See what you did there. That was very clever.
Ah, you like that?
The budgeting the money, then budget your time.
Right, and by the way,
very clever.
And when I'm saying don't vote, what I'm really saying is get educated as to what's really going on, rather than thinking you're doing your civic duty
Right.
because you're listening to a personality on TV and then you're going and
Right.
punching a couple of, chads
Yeah.
that you know nothing about.
You're just saying, if you're gonna vote, make it count for yourself.
Yeah, if you're gonna
Make it really count.
make it count. Make sure it reflects how you feel about things.
Now, there you go. You guys have a great one. Leave your comments down below. Forward, share, and subscribe if you would be so kind. We'll catch you later at the National Real Estate Post.
Bye.
Bye.